Hey, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple choosing a more intentional way of living, one decision at a time.
After burning out from the nonstop grind of running our business, we realized adventure doesn't have to look loud, expensive, or extreme to matter.
Sometimes it looks like letting go, starting over, asking harder questions, or figuring things out as you move along.
We discuss life's challenges, the small shifts that change everything, and the everyday choices that help us live with less physical clutter and mental noise.
You'll hear honest conversations, thoughtful stories, and reminders that a meaningful life is built in the in-between moments, not just the highlight reel.
This is the Arner Adventures podcast, where life itself is the adventure.
Hi, everybody.
Hey there! I hope you're enjoying February so far.
Yeah, we got something for you this week. A little something that kind of builds on where we started out last week. And I think everybody will benefit from this. And if you were left wanting more last week, we got it for you.
Oh, yeah. February.
We got it for you.
February is turning into a series of podcast episodes that are about I think all of our episodes are about making life easier, like life hacks. It's just about making that each week of your life a little easier. And it was totally unplanned for this one to springboard off of last week's when we were writing this and getting it ready, but it does. And so now I feel a little motivated to make the other two this month the same, maybe leaning into the same way. I'll have to think about that. Or maybe you could.
There's something to be said for momentum.
That's true.
We got a little momentum going with this, and why not keep building on it?
Yeah. And hey, if you're out there and you're listening to this and you're like, what would be really great is if they talked about that. Send us a little message. Or hey, I wonder how they handled this. Or maybe you have a suggestion for how you handle something. Let us know. But yeah, today, if you didn't listen to last week's, go back and listen to it because we do reflect on some of the things we talked about with the Life Admin Hour. But this episode is about life organization systems that we use that hold our lives together. So all about making things a little bit more effortless, creating more calm in our life, small systems that run in the background that keep things from just really unraveling. We're, like you said in last episode, we're a routine couple.
We are. And to make things more effortless, I hate effort. So this is going to be right down my alley.
Yeah, we're not especially disciplined people. I'd say we're not naturally organized. I love being organized, and I make an effort every day to be organized. And I think you do too.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are naturally organized, but nevertheless, it's not motivation or mindset work that keeps our lives from being chaotic. It's those systems and structure that are in place in the background that keeps us in this flow of feeling like things are held together. And so we're going to talk about why those life organization systems matter, and we're going to talk about what some of those systems are. Systems can sound really intimidating at times, but the systems we're talking about are things that are so almost automated that we don't even think about it anymore. And we've been doing these things. Like last week, we talked about the Life Admin Hour that we just started in 2026. But these systems have been in place for a really long time. And we're going to tell you how it's been working for us. And maybe when we tell you what we do and what we have running, maybe you'll be inspired to try one or a few of them out. You know how much we love candles, and every Southern Oak Artisan candle feels like a little ritual. We light one in the morning, journal, and have coffee.
Or in the evening when we're winding down and watching true crime or ghost adventures.
That's right. They're made from sustainable soy wax, hand-poured, and they burn cleanly.
Which means no wasted wax in a jar we can reuse later.
We've turned them into planters, pen holders, even little wine glasses. It's the kind of mindful product that keeps giving after it's gone.
Use the code ADVENTURE at southernoakartisan.com to save 10% and bring a little calm into your space.
And some clean coziness.
I think we do tend to clutter up our minds a little bit, and that's why they're here, to hopefully unclutter your minds. So let's talk about motivation. Motivation may ebb and flow. Energy levels rise and fall. Life can get busy, it can get messy, and oh, unpredictable. Yes, always.
That is one thing that is pretty predictable, is how unpredictable life can be.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, when you feel tired, distracted, or overwhelmed, systems remain, and that's what they're there for.
Yes, a system doesn't care about your mood that day. It just exists, right? It's with a dedicated place for each thing in life to land, your brain is relieved of the burden. And you're like just speaking my language. If you can make it where I don't have to make decisions and things just happen, and they're automated, that is my love language. It's that alone removes a huge amount of stress in my life.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing, right? This isn't about doing more, right? It's about thinking less.
That is exactly right.
Yeah, we want less clutter banging around in between those 2 years of yours out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about one of the systems.
Uh-huh.
And we talked about this last week. The weekly life admin system.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as the life admin hour.
Life admin hour. Always good for a little review, right?
Yeah.
Bills, scheduling, mail, returns, follow-ups, and calendar cleanup. Whether you're on the Mayan calendar or the regular one, none of these tasks are hard, but together they create a constant mental noise.
Yeah. So if you remember or if you don't remember, once a week, we set aside a protected block of time, an hour, to handle these small tasks that otherwise would just float around in our head. So having the dedicated time for them gives our brain certainty. We don't have to wonder when appointments are going to get scheduled, when things are going to get done. We already know.
The system prevents dozens of tiny stressors each week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next one, we kind of skirted through that life admin hour because we did a whole episode on it. So again, go back to last week if you want to dive into that. Highly recommend. It's a good listen.
Oh my God. Yes.
So the next one is the one list system. Jerry had to learn this. I was going to say the hard way, but I'd just say it took you a while to learn it because I was doing that thing where I would say, well, how is that working for you? Well, I have it on this Post-it and this Post-it. Well, how is that working for you? It wasn't working because he was missing things. So neither one of us, no longer keep multiple to-do lists scattered all across notebooks, the note app on your phone, random scraps of paper, everything goes in one place. So if a task pops up in our heads, we write it down. It could go on the life admin hour task list or things that are for work, whatever. Not because we plan to do it right away, but because we trust that the list is going to hold it for us. It's like, okay, it pops in your brain, put it where it needs to go, and then walk away from it. So when your brain trusts the system, it relaxes. You don't have to sit around going, what is left undone? Like, what is out there? Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I thought of something and I put a Post-it and I think I put it on that desk, but I don't see it. Now I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
It's like instead, maybe put it on your calendar. Whatever the system is for you for that one list, have the one list. And your list can be divided into certain days. It can be divided into certain kinds of tasks, whether it's your life admin, your home, or your work. Whatever it is, just keep it in one place, right, Jared?
Oh, that's right. I used to get in a lot of trouble with the Post-it. I'd say, I know I put it on a Post-it, and I know I slapped it on the side of my car when I was unloading groceries, and I go, oh, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That Post-it was long gone.
And Jared would do, I hope you don't mind me putting you on blast, but Jared would do things like, I would get a call. I'm going to use this as an example. When you were scheduling your surgery that you had last year.
Surgery. Yeah.
Minor surgery procedure. But he had a pre-op phone call and they called me because we have a do not disturbs and we have spam, and I think it was going to spam the call. Yeah. However, they were calling because Jerry had missed his pre-op call.
That's right.
So when I asked him, how did you miss this? Well, I had it written on a Post-it. Well, how's that working for you, Jer? It didn't work very well.
Didn't work very well.
So you had to realize, all right, I need to keep things in my calendar.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, have the one list or one system.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have an advanced calendar system now that's working out quite well. I'm still tweaking it a little bit, but I kind of got through the rough process of that last year on my last year's calendar, and I got a pretty good flow going with that right
And
now.
I do want to also say, I don't want to just put you out there. I've done things like I should have brought this up last week, but
Mm.
the weekly life admin hour, I was dropping the ball on. I usually don't drop the ball on work stuff. I was
Mhm.
dropping the ball on personal household stuff.
Mhm.
So like I needed to refill a prescription. It is not that hard. I just need to get online and just submit that I needed to refill a prescription because I knew it was coming up.
Mhm.
I didn't write it anywhere, nothing. What happens? I go in there to take my last pill and I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't have a system in place for that. If I'd thought about it and gone, you know what, let me just add that to my life admin hour, it would have been done on time and I wouldn't have been stressing it, trying to get the refill taken care of.
There you go. Yeah. So the default week structure. I like this, and we don't plan every hour of our week. That would be a little bit cumbersome, I
I
think.
used
But
to try to do that and it doesn't work very well.
that's maddening if you do
It
that.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, you got to loosen it up a little bit, have a little loose structure in there. But we do have loose structure that repeats. Certain days naturally hold heavier tasks. Certain times are protected for rest or focus. Because of that, we are not reinventing our schedule every Sunday night. We already know what most weeks will look like.
Mm-hmm.
The predictability is not restrictive, it is grounding. It reduces decision fatigue and
Mm.
creates rhythm without
Mm.
rigidity.
Mm.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Preach. I love that reduction of decision fatigue.
Rigidity. That's a fun word to say, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's lean into what that brings us to is the decision reduction system. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We had an episode, I don't know, it'll be in the show notes about decision fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
It is real. Okay.
Yeah.
Calm comes from eliminating choices, not expanding them. Now, I'm not talking about a communism where you go to Russia and you've got one cereal you can get. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about that.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about having systems in place because one of the biggest sources of daily exhaustion is decision making.
Yeah.
So these small choices add up quickly. So when we reduce the decisions that we have and have fewer options because systems are in place, the clear yes or no answers instead of constant reconsidering helps us to feel less mental clutter.
That's
So
right.
once a decision's made, you don't keep reopening it unless something truly changes. That alone saves so much energy.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the things we're talking about today, having these systems in place or routines or whatever it is that you want to call it, helps that decision reduction system. Things can be so automated, whether it's your bill pay, it could be your reordering of your groceries. So we reorder a lot of the same things. So when I go in our life admin hour to order our groceries, I'm usually choosing similar things. But another thing we have in place is Jerry and I share an app for our grocery list. So during that life admin hour, I don't have to call Jer or get him and go, hey, we really need to sit down and talk about the groceries. I already know what he needs. I already know what I need because we have it in that list. So it's another thing that reduces a decision, reduces having to think about it, and just click a box. And man, that fills my cup. I love not having to make a decision.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's great. And talking about groceries might be a nice escape for some people, but still, what we're talking about here is streamlining decisions.
Yes, saving time, making time for the things that you want to spend time on. And if just like Jerry said, talking about groceries fills your cup, then I'd say don't automate it. Make it a conversation you want to have.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we don't. We just want to go ahead and just get it done.
Yeah, yeah. Want to talk about the reset system?
Oh, I would love that.
Let's talk about the reset system. Life drifts, things pile up. That is totally normal. What matters is knowing how to reset before everything feels overwhelming. Sometimes you just need a life reset. Oh man, life resets
Yeah.
That's such a commonly used word around here.
But it could be small, it could be large, you know.
Uh-huh, yeah. We have small reset points built into our lives, weekly check-ins, quick tidy sessions, clearing digital clutter before it becomes unmanageable. Because resets are expected, they feel like maintenance.
Yeah. So something that we've talked about, I can't remember if we've talked about it just together off air or if we did it on a podcast, but I was reading how, January, oh, you know what? If you're on our newsletter list, I talked about this in a newsletter. We were talking about how, everyone feels like January is the reset. It's January 1, you reset everything. And that is the case for many things. But in the natural world, in nature, animals, seasons, all of that, it's not winter. Winter is the time that you hibernate and your body rests and everything is supposed to be sort of simpler, easier because you're gearing up for the spring renewal, regrowth. So sometimes it's like that, right? Where you just need a reset for bigger life, regrowth, things like that to get ready in the spring. But sometimes you need just that weekly reset. And like Jerry said, like the tidy sessions, it could be that on Saturday you clean. That's your reset to get your home reset. On Fridays, I clean out all my digital clutter. Every Friday afternoon, I go through, I clean all my downloaded files. I go through and clean up my phone just so that I know I can go into the next week completely clean of all that digital clutter. So that's what we're talking about here. The reset system can be little things and they can be bigger things, but it is a system that makes our life feel more organized.
Yeah, that's right. And it's always good to follow nature's examples. I think spring is a better reset time. But unfortunately, in this world, we can't just crawl into a cave and sleep for 3 months like a bear does.
That would be dreamy.
To keep going. It would be in a perfect world, right? But
just bed rot for 3 months.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's good to follow nature. And springtime is when you want your hard resets, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, what do you think? Moving right along. What do you think? The good enough system?
I love this one.
I like this one too already. I just like the good enough system.
Yeah.
The sound of it, I should say. Not everything deserves full effort. This is a hard lesson to learn, but a freeing one.
We learned this from Jenna Kutcher.
Oh, your buddy.
She always says, done is often better than perfect. Mm-hmm. That is in most cases. Now, it's not going to be the case with brain surgery. It's not going to be the case if it takes meticulous detail. Mm-hmm. But with most things in life, your life admin tasks, you're just, getting things done is often better than perfect. Mm-hmm. So some things get done thoroughly. Others get done to completion. We decide in advance where the shortcuts are allowed. This system protects our energy for what actually matters. It also removes a lot of unnecessary pressure. I used to say this at work when I had like a marketing team. Mm-hmm. I would always say to them, look, at the end of the day, we're not saving babies. Yeah, okay? Yeah. We're not saving lives here. We're not performing brain surgery. Mm-hmm. We just need to get this done. So there's certain things that you just need to get done.
Yeah, that's right. If you do save a baby, well, that's a bonus.
Yeah, and if you're saving babies, I would say that perfect is better than done. Probably if you're doing that.
Yeah.
But just know what kinds of things are just good enough and what kinds of things don't fall into that. Not everything's going to fall into that. But just know that some weeks, like we have certain places we get our groceries from because they fit in our budget. Oh my gosh, sometimes you're like, I need 5 to 10 things and I don't have time to go the route we do. Let's run up. Do we want to pay a few more dollars? No, but it's good enough for right now. Yeah. It's going to be good enough. We're going to make a meal tonight, but we're eating at home. Is it the most nutritious? No, but getting it done and the good enough is better than perfect. So you just have to lean into being okay with things being good enough.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you do. And you always have to make sacrifices, maybe something a little less healthy just so you can eat,
Yeah, whatever it is. We just want you to lean more into being okay with the good enough.
Yeah. So What do these systems give us? Well, we're here to tell you. Yeah, we're staying here with you. These systems, simple frameworks for handling daily life, don't make life perfect. They make it quieter.
Systems reduce that background hum of unfinished tasks, open decisions, that mental clutter. These systems create space for rest, for presence, for the kind of living that we care about.
That's right. Calm in our lives comes from small, boring systems working quietly.
You don't have to overhaul everything to feel this shift. You can start with one of these systems, right? Let one of these systems support you and then build it from there. You may go, hey, I've got all of these systems in place, but I don't really have that good enough one in place. Or, I've never tried any of these, but I think I'm going to try the life admin hour. Whatever it is, we, per usual, want to share with you things that are working in our lives that we think, hey, this might help. You might think this is the dumbest thing you've ever heard. And thank you for sticking with us this long if you do think
That's
that.
right. And it would be counterintuitive if we've clogged your brain up with too much. So start slowly, pick a thing or two, and roll on from there. Structure is not the opposite of freedom. It is often what makes freedom possible. If this episode resonated with you or you know someone who might need to hear it, feel free to share it along. That truly means a lot to us.
You can also support the podcast by leaving a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening on. It helps more than you probably realize.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future episodes. You can always find us, the show notes, and the brands that support the podcast at warneradventures.com.
Until next time, here's to the small adventures, the hard ones, and everything in between.
Bye-bye.